and for those of you that grind a lot. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So we're not cutting costs. Yeah, that's the thing. So there's not going to be less money spent. It's just going to be allocated differently, which makes sense. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's how it is. I would expect tournament players to make less money. I expect high volume players to make less money. I think what will end up happening is that it will incentivize more newer players, and they'll have more bankroll, and you'll have to get your rewards through essentially having a higher win rate and winning more against more bad players because they're incentivized to play more than the other way around. But obviously you're not going to be able to show that in terms of like, oh yeah, my balance went up because I have X% rake back. So it's a very similar change to what we've seen happen in the industry over the last decade, which is essentially we're not going to reward volume. We're going to reward people that are losing the most and basically allow them to lose less over time and play more. And if you're going to make money at poker, you're going to have to do it through beating those players as opposed to putting in volume requirements. So yeah, I think it means less money for professionals directly, but although I think it'll balance out in the end and effectively make no difference. But I think in the short term, it'll be like less direct variance-free money for high volume players and professionals, and more for new players to the game that are not sort of like poker regulars. We're gonna go all in with the Jack 9 here. So for MTTs specifically, it's probably a slightly worse deal for MTTs, and I understand why partypoker does this, and other sites have done this that I've worked with in the past, etc. Is that basically like MTTs make the least money of any poker variant for any poker company, like make way more money at cash games, way more money at spins and stuff like that. So they want to incentivize their player base to play things that are valuable for them as a company. And like, if poker companies could all be like, okay, we're just going to get rid of tournaments and poker is all cash games right now, they would want to do it because they make more money at cash games. But we as poker players know that tournaments are the most exciting and most fun format that poker has. It's the best, right? As we bust here. So, wanting to incentivize for people to play a format that's more valuable for your company is fine as a company to do. And it's understandable. And I think, again, the right business decision, but it's not going to change the fact that people want to play tournaments because tournaments are fun. They're more fun than cash games. They just are. So, yeah. So I think it really depends like who you're talking to in regards to this reward system, in that for most poker players, this is a good thing. For high volume players, this is not going to benefit you, although in the end, it should be neutral. For tournament players, this means slightly less incentive to play tournaments. Some of tournament play is funding cash and spins, which is not a great thing. So I guess it's just like, which community are you talking to? For me, I mean, like, obviously for me directly, I'm a lucky guy in that, I'm a sponsored player. I have a Twitch stream. Like, it doesn't really make a difference for me. But let's like remove all of that. And let's say that I was just purely playing poker and that's it. This would not be a positive change for my bottom line, right? For an occasional cash game player on the site, like very occasionally, this would be a positive change. For an occasional spins player, this would be a positive change. For a high stakes cash grinder, this would not be a positive short-term change, although in the long run, if the games improve, which, there's incentives, the games will improve directly. It shouldn't make a difference in the long run. If anything, the difference that'll most affect the cash player is that some of the MTT money is now being allocated to cash games. But, it takes a while for those sort of things to balance in the economy, right? So, yeah, that's what I think about it, honestly, anyways. But I'm happy to discuss more. And I have some notes here on terms of like what exactly changed. I also retweeted the link that gives you the full lowdown on what is happening. So if you guys want more information on that, you can check that out. It's top link in my Twitter. And happy to chat about it.